Well, well, well. Hello, my friends. Good to see you. This is Turgon the Wise coming at you with a new video tonight. As you can see, I'm back in Bag End, 6 seasons in the books. What am I doing here? Well, tonight I'm going to just walk through, kind of just putting some commanders together in preparation for the next season, and just kind of showing my thought process while I'm going through this. When you get returned to Bag End, all of your equipment gets removed from all your commanders, and all your commanders are automatically level 50. So it's a good opportunity to kind of take inventory of your stuff and to think about how you want to deploy certain guys. Now, at the end of last season, I was using my superior Hallberg with the melee vigor, and I was using, where are my helmets? My maxed out full helm with melee vigor as well. I'm gonna change all that. I'm gonna go back to the blinding barrier. I expect at some point next season I will be fighting evil, whether it is Gundabad or Isengard or Mordor or whoever. I'm planning on playing Arnor, and I expect that that will be the faction that I will be playing next season. So I'm trying to keep that in mind. So the Gundabad, Angmar, and Isengard would be the three potential dark side teams that will be in nearest proximity to our starting area. So there's a high degree of probability that we'll be fighting them. Additionally to that, playing Arnor, you have to consider that the Numenorian quarters is the first building that you unlock that unlocks troops. So I will have access to knights faster than pretty much everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and strengthen this guy once. As you can see, I have plenty of worn out helms to do that. And then we're going to take it and we're going to refine it using the big piece here, which will break it up. It gives you everything back. It's going to give me all of the equipment that I used to level it to 5 silver stars, and it's going to give me all the full helms back that I used to level this to 5 gold stars. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And now that that's broken, I'm going to finish upgrading it and getting it back into its proper position. Just takes a minute to do. Part of the reason why I'm illustrating it as part of a video is that I can show people, in case you've never done this before, just how quick and easy it really is. Next, we're going to just take a quick inventory to see, which ones I might want to leave. Men. Remotivate's interesting. Not really interested in that. This is pretty much melee vigor, men vigor, blinding barrier, and remotivate. So I'm not really in love with any of these other helmets other than maybe the melee vigor one, um, with the men vigor. So where did it go? Where's the one that I just refined? There, this one. Since I am leveling a blinding barrier, it doesn't make any sense to leave any blinding barriers. So I'm just gonna go ahead and burn those ones first. Unless I want to think about having a second one. But for now, I'm not. There's two at the bottom I can keep, so we'll just work from the top now. Actually, I really don't like remotivate, so I'll just use those, and the rest can be left over. All right. So we have our full helm. We'll stick that on A2 here right off the bat because we're going to build him up. I always use the battle axe with flay for him. And we'll probably go with the Heath Lane for him. Yeah, I like this item quite a bit on him. The only other item that might make sense would be War of the Drums, but that's not available to men, so never mind. The other one I'm going to want to put on him is the Superior Halberd, but I'm not going to do it with Melee Vigor. So I get to do what I did just now again, because I should have another. Yep, there it is, Fire Protection. And let's go ahead and finish this guy off. Sorry if I sound like Bobby Rise tonight. A few little birdies over here. Have a nice little tree. Some mountains by a lake. Big fluffy clouds. So essentially, folks, as soon as you get a 5-star gold item, if you come across another one that has a trait that you like more, you can always pretty much swap out all your stuff. What's disgust? Oh, brute damage. No, that's not going to help me, is it? Shroud might be interesting. Alright, let's do that. Cool. So that's done. And here's my Aragorn 2 for next season. This is how I'm planning on running him. Night build, maximum fire damage protection. 60% from the Superior Halberd, 60% from Blinding Barrier, 120%. Plus whatever he gets from Focus, which I believe is going to be another 8.6%. So not bad at all. In terms of his skills, none of this should surprise anyone. Dark side build. Good times. So that's Aragorn. He's done. Next, I want to think about how I want to play Gandalf. Because I'm thinking about early game. And early game, we'll probably be using the Carver Although, you know, I think I'm going to go with this one on him because I think it'll be. I believe this Carver with the additional focus chance, when he that procs, it gives another chance at his heal to proc. So, um, hmm, damage dealt's nice too, though. I think this is going to be better ultimately, so I'm going to go with this for now. And I'll talk with people and see what their thoughts are. We'll go with the scale mail. Go with the Arnor cask. Ooh, decisions. Decisions. Pursuit? No. Drums? No. I know what everyone's saying. Why don't you put the fireworks on them? Normally I do put the fireworks on them, but I want to give these fireworks to Faramir. So I think I'm going to give him this pipe. Go for extra healing early game. We're going to want to go for an early game points build. Where first we're going to max out the gray. In Mithrandir. We want healing and damage mitigation, obviously. Put a point in here. Put a point in here. Something like this. There's a lot of different ways you can go with Gandalf early. This is one of many prototype builds for him, but I think this will be pretty solid. Speaking of Faramir, where are you, sir? Where is he hiding? Where is that Faramir? Did I pass him? I did pass him. So for Faramir, we're going to go with the bow. But I don't want this trait on it. I don't have another bow. That seems impossible. Ah, this is also not the trait that I want on him. Sugar. What is the trait that I want on him? I want this one, ranged might. That's the one I want on him. So I think I can still break this one. It just is going to take some multiple moves. First thing I got to do is strengthen this one to get another. Oof. To get another star on it. Next, go for the refine. Stick this guy on it. We break that thing. Now we see what all we got there. I gotta have one ranged might in there, right? So let's take a look. There's elf strength. There's ranged might. Cool. Perfect. That's what I wanted. And now we can use this one, and we can have all of them available. Okay. I should probably leave an elf strength and pierce, which I should have plenty. I should have plenty left over. One of each. Perfect. Now, back to Captain Faramir. This is the bow I want to put on him. And this is something else I want to put on him. And this guy. And this guy. And now my Faramir is strong. In terms of his skills, I've never used Faramir in my life, so uh, this is obviously something you want to have. And you're going to want this. And you're going to want this. Uh-oh. Baby's up. Shh. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Do this. And we have 1 point left. Where should we put it? Well, I'm going to put it here. I would say this is a pretty strong build. He's going to have Pursuit. So with this ability, he's going to have Pursuit the first 4 rounds, 70% chance to gain Pursuit. He's going to have 21% man damage. He's going to have a little heal plus another level 1, round 1 skill, round 1 rush. This is going to give him initiative in round 3. The cape is going to give him initiative in rounds 1 and 2. All allies. It's going to make him stun immune over the first 2 rounds, plus amplify physical damage by 45%. That's going to stack with sharpshooters. Sharpshooters are the way to go with this guy, 100%. So that'll be really key for me. Mid to late season is getting that building unlocked and getting my sharpshooters because, yeah, Faramir's going to be a beast with sharpshooters and the Arnor T4. And this will keep everyone alive. So, well, progressively as the battle goes. So I think this is going to be the way I'm going to build him. If anybody has any insight into that, I've never used Faramir before, so that's 3 commanders. I'll do one more before we call it a night, because it should be, well, I'll do 2 more actually, because it should be easy for me to do these 2. I'm not going to really do much different with them. My Gimli is going to be my Gimli. Gimli is going to be sporting the anti-focus, the anti-focus armor, the quilted armor. His helmet. He's gonna get this guy. If I can level this up, I'll probably go with this at some point. But for now, it's not there. So I'm tempted to do this. I feel like the madness immunity might be better. There's more might and focus on this. So I'm gonna stick with this for now. And for a weapon, I'm gonna give him drums. Another guy I'll be using, obviously, is my Gilly. This is going to be really easy because I don't do anything different with him any given season. I do the same thing with him every season, and it's effective, so no reason to change it. And then the last one I want to do is Haldir. Give him the Elven Dirk. Got his chest. That could be interesting. I don't really have much else I could give him. I guess I'll give him this for now. And then I'll give him the harp. So he gets pursuit. Then I don't have to use points out of here for it. I'm going to want to get bears or eagles and use the beast training. I'll give them the heal. And then the shield training. I think that's how I'm going to go with this for now. So he should be fun. Then I'll go back and do my skill points for this guy. We'll just do a standard build, nothing super fancy. There's a gajillion ways I could spec him for the season, but we'll just go with the basics. And yeah, I'll probably do chaotic retreat before I do the other one, so that this one procs first or whatever, because some people think that that makes a difference. And it might, I don't know. I'll take their word for it. So there's kind of a standard build on Gil-galad and on Gimli. Hmm. So that should be an interesting build for him. So that's it for right now. Those are the comms I'm planning to run. That's how I'm planning to build. Aragorn. Right now he's set up completely versus evil, dark side. At some point I'll probably bring Galadriel into the picture, and when I do that, I'll be swapping a bunch of gear over from Gandalf to her. I don't use Gandalf very much for PvP. At least I haven't. I don't like to. I prefer Galadriel, particularly against light side opponents. Um, or depends. It depends on what we're fighting. If we're fighting evil men, if I'm fighting like Khaldoons and stuff like that, I might go with her. For Stark side, somewhat too. Gimli, Faramir, right? Aragorn, Gimli, Faramir. So damage dealer, ranged damage, army damage, ranged damage, PvEer, and then another ranged. So I'm prepping for ranged. Even though Haldir uses elves predominantly, I feel as though he could be a good asset for me this coming season. So that's all I'm doing for now. I'm going to be looking at potentially probably Dwalin, yeah, and Galadriel, maybe Arwen. We'll see. What do I got in terms of gear left over at this point now that I've armed everyone? Eowyn could be interesting. Not a whole lot left with gold. Still plenty of options. So like for Dwalin, I could use his axes, but probably I'll go with this guy. I got another. I got this carver here. I could put that on Galadriel. I have another Elven Dirk here. So I could potentially bring another ranged hero in, and I have another one that I'm working on, which is kind of ridiculous. I could consolidate some of this stuff. I could put some of these pipes in here if I, well, it's not enough, but if I could get another Gandalf hat and break this apart, I would toss all of them into this cask. And then I think I can upgrade it one more time, but this one's an Aegis, so I kind of don't know if I want to do that. Decisions, 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 my friends. I got another quilted armor hanging out, ready to go. Probably I'll use that as a swap piece with Aragorn, or I'll put it on Dwalin. So it's good to have options. It's always good to have options. You can never really have enough options. Ah, screw it. I'll do Dwalin now. Just because I might as well. He can have the bone mask. That'll work for him. And for this, decisions, man, decisions. There's not a whole lot right now I can pick from. That's no good. I kind of don't want to give him my Heath line, but I'm going to anyway because it stacks with the bone mask. And then what I'll do is I'll throw some stuff on Galadriel here, just kind of as a placeholder. So I know I'm going to give her this. I know I'm going to give her. Oof. Oof. I guess it's okay, even though the range defense is probably going to go to waste. At least this guard will be nice. I'll toss her this other helmet. She's gonna be probably. I'm probably gonna run her with cavalry, and then I wanted to put the Heath line on her for the extra heals, but just not really loving it right now. I'll just do this for fun. Wow, no, that's kind of cruel. We'll do critical care. There we go. In terms of skill points, I'm going to show you a straight up PvE build here for Dwalin. This is for early game so that you can take tiles and minimize losses. This is not how you PvP with Dwalin. If you PvP with Dwalin this way, you're going to get wrecked. I really like Hunt Down a lot, so I'm going to use that. Just for some extra damage, just to mitigate a little bit of damage. This is how I'm going to run him early at level 50. Just kidding. You don't get level 50 early. And then for Galadriel, none of this should surprise anyone. Hmm. I feel like everyone goes with parting gifts, so I'm gonna do that. There you have it. One, we went through one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight commanders during the session. I hope you found it enlightening. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you're watching this, I appreciate you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop one in the comments below there. And as always, take care of yourselves and stay well. We'll see you in season 7. Cheers.